Good morning. Welcome to the Kennebec Valley Chamber of Commerce Business Insider Seminar. Monthly Business Insider program is sponsored by Kennebec Savings Bank and Central Maine Power Company. Today we will hear from candidates for 4 Maine Senate seats and 9 House of Representatives seats. Unfortunately, with 16 contenders, we must limit remarks to only 60 seconds to fit our time frame. We appreciate the candidates respecting this time limit. We will give a 15 seconds remaining sign, a 5-second sign, and a done sign. We will first hear from the Senate candidates by district and by alphabetical order, and then the House candidates. Our first speaker this morning, the District 13 for Senate, is Mr. Dana Dow.
I'm Dana Dow, and candidate for State Senate representing Lincoln County, along with the towns of Washington and Windsor. I've lived in Waldoboro for 65 years and own Dow Furniture along with my wife Lisa. I'm a former state senator and representative. As a candidate and businessman, I am deeply committed to improving the economy through strategic investments and guidance from an expanded business and labor department. As a former teacher, I realize the importance of education and wish to expand vocational education in Maine. Controlling high taxes in relationship to our wealth and meaningful tax reform and welfare reform are also important priorities, along with simplifying our many regulations that make it difficult to start and expand businesses. With this in mind, I'm asking the people of District 13 for their support and vote on November 8th. Thank you.
Outstanding. Thank you very much. Nicely done. All right, Mr. Dow set the timing bar right on the mark, so I expect the rest of you to follow in line there. Next from District 13, Senator Christopher Johnson.
Good morning. I'm Senator Chris Johnson. In Maine, too many people are struggling to make ends meet, too many young people are leaving to find better opportunity, and too many children and seniors live in poverty. We can and must do better. We need to build on Maine's strengths and create infrastructure to support growth in farming, fishing, clean energy generation, and technology-based jobs. We need to ensure that our local downtowns can foster a real sense of community, that young families have access to quality, affordable childcare, and know their children will receive a good education, and that seniors who wish to are able to stay in their homes. I believe these are goals that can be accomplished through vision, sound economic plans, and working together. Elections don't fix problems, but electing people who have vision, make plans, work hard, and work well with others to solve problems for Maine is the way to get things done. I'm seeking re-election to continue that work.
Thank you, Senator Johnson. Now from District 14, Chelsea, we have 3 candidates. First, we will hear from Shenna Bellows, Democrat.
Good morning. My name is Shenna Bellows. I live in Manchester. I'm running for State Senate District 14, which covers the towns of Chelsea, Randolph, Pittston, Gardner, West Gardner, Farmingdale, Hollowell, Manchester, Reedfield, Monmouth, and Winthrop. I grew up in Maine as a carpenter's daughter, and like my father, I own my own small business. I work with nonprofits who need help on fundraising, budgeting, and strategic planning. Small businesses are the backbone of Maine's economy, and we need to support them. I will also fight to lower property taxes for our seniors, families, and small businesses. I will be a strong voice for fiscal responsibility in our state budget to make sure the state pays its fair share back to the towns for education. I'm a hard worker with experience building coalitions of Democrats, Republicans, and independents to get things done, and I ask for your vote on November 8th.
Our next candidate is from District 14, Brian Kuchen.
Well, good morning. My name is Brian Katz, and I'm not a politician. I'm a retired Navy admiral, retired 2 years ago, and came back to Maine to run for office. Why am I running? I've led and managed large organizations through the most demanding of times during sequestration and done it successfully. So I want to bring some of those financial management, personnel management skills to bear on the state of Maine to make it a better place. My platform, I want to make this a small business friendly state through enhanced tax reform, through regulation, streamlining state and federal regulation, reducing the amount of regulation on small businesses so they can get their feet on the ground and get started. I want to attack the drug problem. And lastly, I'd like to make sure that we take care of our veterans. Personal to me, obviously, and so I want to ensure that we've taken care of every last veteran in this state. Thank you.
Closing out District 14 will be Joseph Petrovsky.
I am Joe Petrovsky, the independent candidate for State Senate District number 14. There is one primary reason why I'm running as an independent. That reason is to bring civility to the State House. Maine cannot move forward in the next 2 years unless there are legislators who will forego adversarialism and work independently of the party dictates. During my 25 years as president of the Maine Bankers Association and communications manager for International Paper Company, I've successfully worked with legislators across the aisle while advocating business interests. Neither of my opponents have the background in business issues that I have. This is very important because we must have in the State Senate strong and experienced advocates for business and job growth. I, Joe Petrovsky, resident of the State Senate District for over 45 years, would be honored to have your support at the polls on November 8th. Thank you.
Moving to Senate District 15, our first candidate is Henry Diltz.
Good morning, everybody. I'm Henry Diltz. I'm running for the state senate as a Democrat from District 15 in Augusta. There are many issues that I'm very much interested in trying to work on for helping out our great state. But first and foremost, I think we need to go and work on restoring state revenue sharing to our municipalities and our school districts. I believe it's unconscionable that our governor is working so hard to eliminate the state income tax, while we have cities and towns that are starving for revenue because the state refuses to share and help keep those districts open and operating. So my goal is to go and work on lowering our property taxes, or getting state sharing to go and lower our property taxes so that our towns and cities can afford to stay alive. Thank you very much.
Next up from District 15, current Senator Roger Katz.
Good morning. If you live in Augusta, Oakland, China, Sydney, or Vassalboro, I want to thank you for the great honor of representing you these last 3 terms in the Maine State Senate. I feel lucky every single day I walk into the State House to be able to work on the important issues that are facing us all. And I wanted to just mention one that I'd like to concentrate a lot of effort on in the next 2 years. We are the oldest state in the country, and we are getting older. And our workforce is shrinking, and that is not going to play out well for us in the future. We've got to figure out a way, not only to keep our young folks here, but how to attract people to move to the state of Maine. I don't care if they live in New Hampshire, or in Iowa, or in Poland, or in Syria. If they have the American dream, we want them here in this state, and we are going to need those people to take care of our seniors, to help grow our STEM industries, and to make this a better place for all of us. And I will ask for your support November 8th. Thank you.
Thank you all very, very much. Moving on to the candidates for House, we will start in District 76 with Jill Ducharme.
Good morning. I'm Jill Ducharme. I live in Wayne. I've been there for 12 years and was born and raised in Maine. Worked in the private sector for over 20 years, 17 of which at Kuchen, which then was a wholly owned subsidiary of Nike, in marketing communications, product management, and planning capacities. So although this gave me a fantastic business background, I wanted to do something that was personally and spiritually more fulfilling. So 3 years ago, I started my own company, Sustainable Writing and Consulting. I'm a nonprofit development consultant. I work with nonprofits and municipalities oftentimes partnering with state agencies, writing grants and administering them, also developing and managing projects and programming. The focus most recently has been on regional economic development, outdoor recreation, nature-based tourism, and trying to meet basic human needs. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Next, we'll move on to District 81 and current Representative Craig Hickman.
Good morning. It's been quite an honor to represent the people of Winthrop, Reedfield, and a part of North Monmouth for the last 2 terms. I am stepping up to serve again because I welcome the opportunity to continue creating public policy that protects our veterans, small businesses, working families, our natural resources, and our personal liberties. Policy that promotes food self-sufficiency, clean renewable energy, and ends poverty. Policy that increases investments in education and infrastructure and rebuilds rural economies. And policy that supports self-regulated local food systems and strengthens our heritage industries. I will continue to be a strong voice for those who cry in the dark, and I will always remain civil in the face of incivility, refuse to scapegoat any group of people for any reason whatsoever, and carefully choose words befitting the office to which I have been elected. I appreciate your vote on November 8th, and thank you again for this honor.
Moving on to House District 82, welcome Kent Ackley.
Good morning, everyone. My name's Kent Ackley. I am the Common Sense Independent candidate for Litchfield, Monmouth, and Wales. My mother's a Democrat, lifelong educator. My dad is a veteran and a lifelong Republican. When they raised 3 boys on Annabescook Lake, we all learned real quick how to sit around the dinner table and listen. That's what I'm about. I am also a 3-time entrepreneur, have an MBA, know a little bit about business, certainly always willing to learn more. My wife and I are registered Maine guides. We run a small business on Annabescook Lake, and so we get it when it comes to business issues. The number one issue that I hear folks talking about in Maine is the issue of civility. And folks are tired of disagreement and finger pointing, and that's something that, as a leader, you can expect from me to work hard on. Thank you.
Next, from District 82, Representative Randall Greenwood.
Good morning again, and again, my name is Randy Greenwood, and I've had the honor and the privilege of serving the people of House District 82, which includes Litchfield, most of Monmouth, and my hometown of Wales in both Kennebec and Androscoggin counties. During my first term in the House, I was appointed to serve as the ranking House Republican on the State and Local Government Committee. It seemed like a pretty good fit with my nearly dozen years as a town selectman and 8 years as a county commissioner. I grew up in the district, I was educated in the district, have a bachelor's degree from the University of Southern Maine in business management, leadership, and organizational studies. I've chosen to raise my family in Maine with my beautiful wife Katie and our 3 young children. When it comes to serving in Augusta, I believe in limited government, fiscal responsibility, hard work and personal responsibility, but most importantly, protecting our constitutional rights. I hope I can count on your support again, Randall Greenwood, for House District 82. Thank you.
From House District 83, Representative Gay Grant, please.
Good morning, and thank you to the Chamber for providing us with this opportunity. My name is Gay Grant. I represent the citizens of Gardner and Farmingdale in the House of Representatives. I have served for 4 years and currently serve on the Appropriations and Financial Affairs Committee. I want to thank the people of my district for sending me to represent them in Augusta. It has been an honor to serve them in the legislature. In Augusta, I have worked to develop fair and balanced state budgets. I have worked to address the public health crisis of the opioid addiction by pushing for increased treatment, prevention, and enforcement. I believe we must continue to expand access to medically effective treatment. I worked hard for increased services to our veterans and have been a strong supporter of our state's employees and retirees. I believe we need to grow Maine's economy by focusing on our small businesses and expanding opportunities for jobs that pay a livable wage. I will continue to be a strong civil voice of integrity representing the people of Gardner and Farmingdale in Augusta, and I would appreciate your vote on November 8th.
And next up, from House District 85, Representative Donna Door.
Good morning. I am Donna Door, the current representative of District 85, which is a portion of Augusta. I want to thank the Chamber for this opportunity. I have served the City of Augusta on our school board, our City Council, and for a term in the state legislature. Working with constituents in my district keeps me aware of issues important to them, their friends, and their families. My goal is and has always been to make Augusta and Maine the best place to work, play, and raise a family. With your help and your vote, we can reach these goals. Thank you.
And finally, our last candidate this morning from House District 86, Representative Matthew Poulin.
Thanks, Ross. I'm actually unopposed this time around, which is great. But Joel said, "You're still going to speak?" I said, "Yeah, what kind of politician wouldn't want to get up and speak?" But in all seriousness, it's been an honor to serve the people of West and North Augusta in the Maine legislature for the last 4 years. One of the unique opportunities I've had as a result of this is to become involved with the National Institute for Civil Discourse and travel around this country facilitating trainings with other legislators in their home states to bring about more civility in state government. And hopefully I'll have an opportunity to go back and serve you for 2 more years, unless Mickey Mouse has a good write-in campaign. I should be good to go. But again, it's been an honor to serve you, and I just want to let you all know about the event on October 28th at Governor Hill Mansion. Myself and Senator Katz and Treasurer Hayes will be talking about civility in government, and hopefully all of you and those who are watching this will be able to join us. Thank you.
Thank you all very much. And just to make sure there's not a candidate in the audience that I have not called, correct? Okay, good. Whew. All right. We'd like to thank these folks, our friends and neighbors in the southern Kennebec region, for their interest in seeking positions in our legislature. We wish them all well. We know that those selected on November 8th to serve will find some challenging tasks over the next 2 years. On behalf of the Chamber's board, our members, and myself, I want to congratulate each of you for striving for these positions. We look forward to working closely with you to strengthen our economy and life in the Kennebec Valley. And ladies and gentlemen at home, do not forget your privilege, your responsibility. If you're not registered to vote, please go do so now. And for the sake of Maine, go to your polling place on November 8th and vote. Thank you all for coming this morning.